I started from cryptocurrency. I bought Bitcoin when the price was very low. Suddenly in 2017, the price skyrocketed and I sold almost at the peak. The first thing that I learned in order to be profitable was managing the risk. We as traders have to follow some rules. You just need to have a routine. You don't have to make the cold shower in order to be a funded trader. I mean,
What advice would you give to other traders how to go through these ups and downs and these inconsistencies sometimes? Which advice would you give? Roberto, hello. Nice to meet you and thank you very much for joining.
hello,
Thank you so
Christian.
much.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
And so
nice to meet you. And
nice to
today
meet
we're
you.
going to talk about your results, about your rewards that you're getting with TTP, and you're a successful trader with us. And we're very thankful to have you today and that you can share your experience with other traders. And it's extremely valuable for everyone here and for our audience as well. So the first question and the most important, just tell about yourself. How long are you into trading? How did you get into it? And where are you from? And how's it going so far?
Yeah, cool. My name is Roberto. I'm from Italy. To be much more precise, I'm from Napoli. And well, I've been trading for 10 years. This is my 10th year. And well, it all started in 2016 when I first bought Bitcoin. I started from cryptocurrency and it was like a joke at that time. I bought Bitcoin when the price was very low, and suddenly in 2017, the price skyrocketed and I sold almost at the peak. And it was like the first time I made money in trading space, I mean. And this was the exact moment when I understood that the trading environment has a lot of potential. I mean, in order to be a full-time job. But it's like a bit sad to tell about this because I lost all the money I made. I lost all the profit I made at that time. When I saw the Bitcoin peak, a few days later, I I wanted to gamble and with no risk management, full gambler mode, and I almost lost all. Yeah, this was sad and also tough, but uh, it was a very important lesson for me. And after this lesson, I spent my whole time to study and to practice what uh, really trading is. I mean, I studied everything. I studied all by myself. I have no particular degrees. I have no particular of kind of yeah, the economic degrees, but I studied microeconomic all by myself. And uh, I also studied a lot of strategies all by myself. I made a lot of mistakes and I lost a lot of money being alone against the markets. And this is what I regret a lot when I first started. I lost a lot of money, spent a lot of time. I see nowadays very talented trader being successful in very less time than I spent to be in order to be successful. I needed to have a mentor just when I started, but I did not understood at that moment the importance of having someone who can help in discovering strategies and where you are able to rely on. I mean, and well, this is like my story. And nowadays I'm a full-time trader. And This is my my
That's
job.
very cool.
That's what I do for a living.
It's very cool to hear that you actually made this happen after such a long time, after 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's a very wonderful story. You mentioned that you started with crypto. A lot of traders actually start with crypto, and there was a big hype in it in the past, and everyone was trying to make it work. But you mentioned already that at first you didn't actually look at trading as a full-time profession. You were just curious, right? You just were interested, you wanted to learn something. What was the moment when you realized that, okay, now I get it and I totally committed 100% to making sure that it will work for me in the future? So you mentioned that you sold the Bitcoin at the high and there you could see some potential in it. But what was the moment in the future?
What? Uh, when everybody was telling me that I had to quit, this was the moment
Okay.
I understood I had to push towards this word because when I made a lot of money with Bitcoin, uh, nobody was believing me. Nobody was believing in crypto, and uh, when I did this huge amount of money, I was like very, very happy. And I wanted to show off to the whole world that I made it. I wanted to show off also to my family. I mean, to my parents. They are a lot of parents are a bit skeptical. At that time, I was 18, and I wanted to show them, to prove them that this word was like, profitable. And
Mhm.
but because I was just curious, yeah, but I also wanted to also always to try something different from the typical job, the 9 to 5 job. I wanted to discover something new. And well, when I lost all the money, uh, it was really difficult to digest all the feelings that I was feeling at that time, because I showed to my parents that I made a lot of money and then I lost them all. And so what the hell I was doing? And at that time, I wanted to prove to myself, but also to them, that I was able to do this, because I make money by clicking some buttons, and I knew that this was possible. I had not the capabilities, I had no skills, I had no information. So the only thing I had to do was studying, and I did it. And this was like the moment I understood I had to be fully committed. Uh, that's
Yeah.
it.
That's inspiring, right? That's inspiring when you hear no and negative feedback from everywhere. There's a different feeling inside of you. It's something inside that you want to prove to everyone, right? It was like that.
Yeah, because you believe this is possible, but you are not doing something in order to be profitable. So you have to discover what's the right thing in order to be profitable. And for me, well, what the first thing that I learned to avoid by in order to be profitable was managing the risk, because I lost all the money I made by selling the Bitcoin peak, because I went like 100x leverage, full margin of Bitcoin. So I lost everything in a couple of trades. So I understood that even though you have a wrong timing, even though you are not that precise, not that sharp in joining into a position, if you manage properly the risk, you are able to survive to the markets. Because if I had the guts to maintain position. At that time, I was not that skilled. I not that practiced in order to maintain the position for longer time. But imagine if I had the guts to do so, I with a lower leverage, I was able to maintain the position, and it would have recovered. I know it's wrong for a trader because you have to put always your stop losses. That's correct. But even though you are not like, I mean, you you don't want to be like a trader, a day trader, a scalper, or a swinger with, I mean, your stop loss setup, and you don't know nothing about trading. If you use your correct sides, you can survive. I mean, so this is the first thing I understood, but later I understood much more things.
Yeah,
And
that's for sure. We totally agree with you, and we can hear a lot of similar thoughts from our successful traders too. Is that risk management is the key for everything because it allows you to stay long run and have a marathon, not a sprint, right? So risk
yeah,
management just helps you stay on the float, and this is we totally agree with you. Thank you for sharing it. Also, one interesting moment, you mentioned that you started with crypto, and we just wanted to ask you, what was the transition for you
mm,
from crypto to becoming a funded trader and trading prop firm? How was that transition?
yeah, cool. That's a very nice question. I am I used to trade crypto for like 3 years, and at that time there was no prop firm I knew that was using cryptos, and so this was one of the main reason why I stepped into forex and I mean commodities, because a lot of prop firms, yeah, they have, I mean, Bitcoin, but you have also a lot of instruments, and I was curious about learning other instruments, and also because my strategy is following external events and aligning these external events with something technical in the charts. And if you trade commodities, it's very, very easy to do so. At that time, Bitcoin wasn't a such an institutional asset like it's nowadays. It's a bit nowadays. It's a bit correlated to S&P 500. It's a bit correlated to all the companies listed in that index. So it's much more liquid. So it's much more institutional as an asset. Gold has ever been an institutional asset. Euro dollars also. And I learned and I understood by myself that the institutional assets are much more precise. And that's also the reason why I jumped and I completely switched the way of looking at the trading, because I was first of all trading crypto. I traded Bitcoin, but it was not that institutional. Then I traded altcoin, and they were completely speculation. I mean, they are crazy. Other altcoin are very risky. And as long as I understood that the risk management is the key in trading, then I used and I looked at the cryptocurrency environment as a mean of investment. It's like it, I treat cryptocurrencies nowadays. I mean, all the only the big caps as investment as an investment tool. and I trade Forex and commodities as my first source of income. And I jumped into prop firm also because of that reason, because there were no prop firm allowing such mm, uh, trade. They were not allowing trading on altcoins and I mean cryptocurrencies in general. Some perform all in Bitcoin. So that's the reason why I moved into Forex and commodities. And the reason why I moved into prop firm, it was because I I needed capital. I mean, I
Yeah.
at that time I needed to fund myself by not asking everyone to give me some money or something like this. And well, prop firm is a very smart decision for a trader because you are able to manage money that are not yours. You are not risking your money, but you are making money of it. So that's the smartest idea you can do. Of course, you can have your private accounts, but you can fund yourself by earning profits from prop firms. Of course, you have to have skills in order to pass the challenges.
Yeah.
It's a bit boring passing a challenge, but if you want to do like a full-time job, you have to be able to pass a challenge. I mean, it won't be that stressful if you do it for a living or if you want to do it for a living. So, well, I have to tell you one thing. The trading pit,
Coming.
the trading pit brought me back the faith and the confidence in the prop firm industries. I mean, I used to trade on a prop firm. I suppose you know, it's called my Forex fund. And when I traded on my Forex fund, I was so hyped. I was super hyped because the platform was cool, nice spreads. Uh, they were paying out, but suddenly it went bankrupt. So I lost all my confidence, all my trust to the prop firm environment. But when I met Tillimer, when I met the trading pit, when I knew what's behind the trading pit, I regained all my confidence and all my trust to the prop firms. And that's thanks to you guys. I mean, your prop firm is amazing. Your payouts are very fast. Your spreads are very low. You have no hidden rules, no hidden commissions, and you have me to regain the faith and the confidence and the trust in the prop firms environment. And I hope this can help also others to 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 regain trust in the prop firms. Uh, that's what I wanted to
We're
say. Really.
so we're so thankful to hear such feedback from you. Thank you very much. It's
Yeah,
really means a lot for us, and we are so happy to be the firm who gave you back this trust and believe
yeah,
in prop firm industry. We're very happy to hear that, and thank you so much for sharing such valuable story. Also, one more question which we would like to ask you is um, you were talking a lot about risk management, and you were talking a lot about precision in the precision instruments which prop firm allows you to trade, like institutional instruments, and their comparison to crypto trading. Of course, in crypto trading, whether we talk about altcoins, for example, they're not institutional and they're not regulated, etc. So you mentioned already that for you, one of the reasons why you switched to prop firms, it was precision in the markets and risk management. How would you describe the risk management which prop firm allows you? That half of the risk management is being taken by prop firm. So we regulate the daily profit, the daily loss limit, the overall loss limit, and we support you with managing your risk. Was it the thing for you, and was it the valuable feature for you as well?
Yeah, this is also a valuable feature because you are, I mean, when you open a private account with a broker, you have no limits, and this could be kind of, I mean, boring for some trader to have limits, but this is also an advantage for smart trader because I mean, you as a prop firm has to prevent the risk. You as a prop firm has to manage the risk, but also we as traders have to follow some rules. And if we have others that can that have to force us to follow the rule, we are much more strict and we are much more we have much more intention in order to follow the rules. I mean, so this is like uh we are kind of forced in order to follow the properly the risk management rules. So I think it's a cool feature for some traders. I mean, maybe for the traders that are not doing this job for a living, it's a boring rule, but for me, it's a cool feature because this allows me to be much more disciplined because I need to follow the the right percentage. I know 100% I'm not gonna be revenge trading. I'm 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 not tilting or something like this because I have the rules, and I will be only stupid if I burn up a funded account just because I had a bad day. I mean, this is my profession. I developed a lot of skills in order to manage my emotions. So I'm able to handle emotions also on private accounts, not only on platforms. But this helped me out a lot when when I when I started with platforms. So
Cool.
that's my
That's really great to hear that. That's
yeah,
also one of the parts where prop firms help the trader, as well as mentioned, the
yeah,
risk management, that we help you develop the risk management approach, and instead of losing 100% of your capital, we advise you on doing a certain actions and actually controlling your risk. So
yeah.
I'm very happy as well to hear that it was valuable for you too. So you mentioned that TTP regained trust in you in Profure space, right? Do you maybe remember your first experience with the trading pit, maybe your first trade or your first account? How was it? How was your experience with it?
Yeah, I remember my first account, and I blew up my first account. Yeah, I tried to pass the first prop firm, and uh, I blew up not because of revenge trading or something like this. I had a bad lose streak at that time, and it was like a tough moment for uh, trading commodities because it was at the at that time it was like the reset of the quarters, and at the reset of the quarters the markets are kind of tricky, and I had and my strategy can suffer a bit. So at that time, I bought a prop from you guys, and I burned my first account, and then I became funded. I had permanent allocation with you, and well, it's it's very cool. I think my first cool trade I took as a funded trader was um shorting euro dollar for almost 400 pips. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's a
suppose this
big
is,
trade.
yeah, 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 yeah. And I mean, it's also kind of strange shorting euro dollar if you are a swing trader. I mean, with this bullish bias euro dollar as nowadays. But I caught that precise moment where the markets were like consolidating at that level. There were no buying power, so I understood that was the right time to short euro dollar, and also external events allowed me a lot to short it. That time I suppose the external events that pushed down the price way faster was the shutdown, the American shutdown.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I remember
That
this was one of the first full cool trades I took.
that's a very nice experience, and thank you for remembering it and sharing it with us. The next questions would be, you mentioned a lot that you trade commodities, but you also mentioned that you took a one trade on euro dollar, shorting it.
Yeah.
So what would be your asset of choice? Which asset would you choose and trade it forever, for the entire life?
Do I have to choose only one, or
Let's say maybe couple, maybe couple. What are your favorite assets and why?
okay, okay, gold and euro dollar. They are my
Euro dollar.
favorite.
So commodities and Forex. Why especially these pairs?
Well, I mean commodities, and I mean gold because yeah, it's the most institutional asset you can have. It's the most liquid in the whole world asset. So my strategy is pretty simple. I trade volumes and I trade price action, and I need a liquid instrument in order to be much more precise. If I need to make a technical analysis with price action on a chart that has no volume, that there is no liquidity inside because no one is trading it, I I can have some some problem. I mean, so why not trading the most liquid asset in the world? That's the first reason why I trade gold. And the second reason why it's because I like the metals. And what about euro dollar? Euro dollar is just because they are backed by the biggest central bank in the world. And when I trade forex, I also look at the spread uh, from the expectation of two central banks. So, for instance, if a bank is it's much more dovish on interest rate, or if bank it's much more hawkish on interest rate, and I compare that, and I can create easily a bias on the instruments. Also, following a technical strategy in it, but it's very easy to create a bias by following this rule. And I mean, why not doing this on the first banks in central banks in the world? Uh, that's the reason why.
It's very interesting to hear you explaining the combination from just technical perspectives, such as price action and volume, and combined with fundamental analysis, where you compare the interest rates, the spreads between them, and also talking about the gold being the fundamental asset in the world. So that's very interesting. Really, thank you so much for sharing. The next
Yeah.
question would be nowadays you are a lot on social media, and I think that you are very familiar with social media in general, that there is a lot of influencers going on. And when you go to the social media, when, for example, a beginner trader trying to learn something, he will hear a lot of advice such as, this is the best asset. The other person will say, no, this is the best asset. The other person will say, no, this. And there are 1,000 traders in the world. There are thousands of opinions in the world. Would you agree with the fact that each trader needs to find his own asset and his own market approach, how he views the market and his own trading strategy?
Of course. Of course. I mean, um, all traders have a different strategy. The most important thing is just that it works, and it allows you to make money. I don't care if you're using support or resistances, or you are using trend lines, you are using EMAs, and stuff like this. I don't use them, but if they allow you to make money, I mean, why not using them? If you are able to manage these kind of instruments, why not using them? I mean, they do not work for me. They do not fit for me because they are not that objective. I like to use um, objective informations in order to be much more detached from the emotional involvement when I had to trade. But
Cool.
I mean, yeah, you have just to follow a plan. If you have a plan by trading trend lines, why not using them? That's
That's
what I
great.
think.
That's great. So every trader needs to find his own
Yeah,
path.
I mean, influencers are like telling you have a saint graal. They have a saint graal just because they have to sell you something. That's it.
Yeah, a lot of times, unfortunately, we can see this as well. So the next question would be, you have demonstrated a lot of consistency inside of your trading. So you are trading for a very long time already, for 10 years, and you're showing the results consistently. Would you say this consistency somehow connected to your daily routine? Maybe you are going to the gym, you're waking up at the same time, you are I don't know, meditating, something like that, do you
Yeah,
have some consistency in the life connected to?
I like to meditate, but I don't think this is the key in order to be successful. You have to make a lot of work on yourself. Uh, Maybe even go to a psychologist if you have time, and also if you have the guts to expose yourself and dwell into the in deep inside of your mind. But I think that you don't have to have some kind of typical routine as a trader. You just need to have a routine. I mean, you don't have to make the cold shower in order to be a funded trader. I mean, uh, you have to have a routine that's correct. You need to have. I go to gym. I eat well. I This is just for my health, not for my trading plan. uh,
Yeah.
you need to have you need to be healthy in order to to live longer, to last longer in this earth. So I mean, you should do these things also if you wouldn't be a trader. But I think
Yeah.
this could help you If you have a routine and you follow it, this could help you to be much more disciplined. If you lack
Yeah,
of discipline into trading, maybe following something that's different to trading and being disciplined to something different to trading can allow you to 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 develop the skills in order to be disciplined also in trading. So I mean, they can be correlated, but you should stay
sure.
healthy always.
Sure. So yeah, the lifestyle discipline is not 100% connected to trading, but it can maybe help you just become disciplined person in general. In general,
Yep.
not only trading related. So discipline is really important topic, and as you know, in trading, traders a lot of times experience ups and downs. We cannot have take profits every day, right? So it can be that traders have losing week, losing months, losing quarter, even sometimes, you know. And this is the part of the game. The trading cannot be every day just take profits. What
Yep.
advice would you give to other traders how to go through these ups and downs and these inconsistencies sometimes? Which advice would you give?
Yeah. Well, just to believe in what you are doing. Because if you believe in what you are doing, you won't lose the faith. Because life is like price action. You have ups and downs. You can be happy. You can't be happy all the days, but you're still living in the earth. So I mean, why not doing the same? Why not find the same way of thinking also in trading? You cannot be profitable all the days, but at the end, if you are profitable at the overall, I mean, that's cool. That's the right thing. So I think you just need to strongly believe in what you are doing, and if you strongly believe in what you are doing, you will never quit. I had a lot of downs in my trading career, also due to not only I mean not only because of uh the win rate percentage, also because we are humans, so it happens to happen. I mean, something external in your life, some events can happen to your life, and you have to manage your emotion. You are not a robot, so I mean, um, you can have up and downs, and I had also a lot of downs in my trading career due to some external events, but I managed them. As everything, you have to manage everything, and believing a lot in what you are doing and just going on.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't need to have some particular skills to be a trader. I mean, if I want to be a surgeon, I need to have some particular skills. I need to have the guts to see the blood. I mean, I need to have a very precise hand. Mm, I don't think you need to have some particular skill in trading. I have an academy. I've been following and teaching in my whole career as a mentor 300 students, and I have taught to every kind of person, every type of job. So I don't think you need to have some particular skills. I think you it's all about your uh, way to approach your life. I mean, how
yeah,
disciplined
yeah.
you are
Just
there.
keep going. Just
Yeah,
just trying to reach the goal and keep going. Right.
yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Like everything in life.
Great. Great.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's, yeah, trading is, I really liked the quote that you gave, that trading is very much like life. We have ups
yeah,
and downs, black and whites, and periods when everything is just perfect, smooth, and there is not even a second of problem,
yeah.
and periods where we have to manage something. And I totally like the quote from you. Also, would be interesting to ask you. You have a very long career, very big career of 10 years being in traded, right? Um, Imagine you could come back in time 10 years ago, come to yourself 10 years ago, make a handshake, and give one advice to yourself in the beginning of your journey. What would you say?
Mhm. Uh, well, that my strategy needs to be to follow a strategy because a lot of traders struggle to find the strategy. And when they eventually find the strategy, they are not able to follow strategy itself because they have a lot of impulses by scrolling social media, seeing fake lifestyle gurus and seeing fake profitable traders with Lamborghinis, and they compare themselves to others and complaining about why they are not yet profitable and saying one day I will be profitable like them, one day I will be able to be driving a Lamborghini like them, comparing. So if I will talk to my young Roberto, I will tell, do not compare to anyone and just follow one strategy, that is following your strategy. The first rule of your strategy needs to be follow your strategy because it's very, very common for traders to I mean understand and to learn strategies, to learn new strategies. They always need to to seek and to find new strategies, and they want the same crowd, but eventually they are not able to follow all the rules that are scheduled in the the strategy itself. So, and I did this kind of mistakes. That's the reason why. Because I was a trader, I was a beginner one day and back then. And as a beginner, I did this mistake. I was seeking for a lot of strategies, finding new strategies on YouTube, or the ultimate guru that was telling me, follow this strategy, you will be rich. I was a young guy. I mean, at that time, I had completely zero experience, and uh, I made some mistakes. And uh, I mean, this will be the first thing I will tell to my young self.
That's extremely inspirational. You know, that
Yeah.
extremely inspirational to hear such quote from a person who has a very long journey already in trading. And thank you so much for
Yes.
sharing that. The final question and the most interesting, what are the next steps for you? What are your future plans and how do you want to grow further in your career?
Cool. Uh, First of all, I want to expand a little bit also my academy. Nowadays I have 300 students. I want to reach out the 500 students and at least 500 students. Then I will think if I can manage also to head to 1,000. I think it's a bit difficult, but not impossible. Because I mean difficult not because of reaching out to people, but because I when I do something, I'm like so precise and very sharp, and I only do one-to-ones coaching. So imagine that I followed like 300 people all in one-to-one, not mentorship classes, not group classes, just one by one. So the time is, yeah, that's a lot. And uh, I mean, the time is not infinite, but this allowed me to find a huge amount of talented traders. And at that time, when I started the academy, oh, well, I wanted to meet investors, I wanted to meet new traders. I wanted to make connections. I wanted also to diversify. The- These were the reasons why I started with the academy. Nowadays, what I can tell is that at a certain point, I will get in touch with the stronger trader I taught. And I want to create uh, something like a fund, something like a regulated fund where all together we can trade, of course, with different assets, different sectors, different kind of approach, some scalping, some swing trading, some intraday, some value investing, so on. But with all the talents I thought too, I have like an army. I have very, very, very talented and successful traders that I can
That's
rely on. Yeah.
That's an amazing story, and I hope that really this interview is really inspirational for beginners, for advanced traders, for everyone. Thank you very much for sharing this advice today. Is there anything else that you would like to say as the last sentence to the audience?
Oh, well, guys, never ever give up. If you want to be a funded trader, one day you will be. Just follow your plans, follow a strategy, and this has to be the first rule. Never compare to others, never compare to a friend, never compare to someone on social media. Just take one person, see that person as an inspiration, not like uh, being frustrated because you are not at that level. Never compare and just keep going on, keep pushing on. And one day you will be funded. That's my advice.
Yes, traders, as Roberto mentioned today, trading is very similar to life. There are difficult times, there are good times, but we have to keep going and eventually we will reach our goals. Thank you so much for joining us today, Roberto. It was really nice to have a talk with you, to have this wonderful conversation. Thank you so much. And again, it was just amazing today. Thanks again. Thanks for sharing everything with the guys, with the audience. And we're wishing you all the best and stay consistent as you are.
Thank you a lot, guys. Thank you a lot, Christian. It's an honor for me being interviewed uh, by the Trading Beat. It's an honor for me also to be working with you guys with such a reliable platform like the Trading Beat. And it's an honor for me, this interview. I hope I can inspire some people. I hope I can help out some people when you will post on social media. And well, let's meet in Madrid as well.
Sure, sure.
Cool.
Great. Thank you again for joining. And everyone who is watching, leave a like, subscribe, comment, and we wish you good luck, traders.